This is the Effing One Podcast, Australia's only Formula One podcast with Adam and Luke.
G'day and welcome to the Effing One Podcast, Australia's only dedicated Formula One podcast. We dedicate it to nothing else, except for Mum maybe. Hi Mum, get it off the top straight away so I don't forget. A big episode coming up. We're going to talk about the Japanese Grand Prix. Not too much, that was a long time ago. There's a few little things that happened there. We'll run through the awards, the championship, the most important championship of all, the turd championship. We're going to Skype with Sebastian. We are going to then head to Mexico, check out the track, everything that you need to know. How many Tim Tams would it take to go around the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez circuit? You will find out very shortly. And we're gonna check in and see what Kimi's up to. It's been his 40th. He's now the big 4-0. I dare say he's been on a bender. So, we're going to get our heads down, pants first, to get into the recap of the Japanese Grand Prix. And sitting alongside me is a man you all know very well. He's never been on the podcast. He sits quietly, sometimes masturbating. That's Producer Pete. Now, Producer Pete has been inconsolable since the death of Speckled Jim, but we have him alongside to help me out with this podcast. Welcome, Pete. Thanks for joining us. Pete. Oh no, Pete, don't cry. Oh, Pete, come back, mate. Come. Guess what? You're stuck with me. So, wait a minute. My phone's calling.
Hey, Luke. Look, it's me, your co-host.
Who's this?
F1 Podcast. Do you miss me? Hello, Luke.
Adam?
First time caller, long time listener.
Who is this?
Hi, it's Adam. It's Adam, your co-host for F1 Podcast.
I don't have a co-host.
Already, have you?
I've never had a co-host.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, jeez. I just want to let you know, Luke, that we're over here listening to you live on the stream, and we just wanted to tell you, when I say we, my family and my newborn, loving the show. He gives it a big thumbs up. Little Hugo's got his little thumbs up right now. Best
it's a
podcast,
big thumb.
Best start to a podcast we've ever had on the show. Just letting you know right now, this podcast that you're doing right now. It's the best.
Thanks, Adam.
Best
just
intro.
why don't you just come inside? Why are you outside my window?
It just seems, I don't know. It just seems like I want to get out of the house. I want to get away from this young family of mine. I don't want to be there.
Hi, Haley. Hi, little Hugo. Hi, girls.
Look, I don't want to cause too much trouble with your intro because it's got such wonderful flow. I'll let you get back to it. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, mysterious caller.
KK, by the way, love the podcast. I'm going to download it 5 times.
Thanks,
tonight.
Mum.
Bye.
Bye. So apparently that's the best intro we've ever had. Thanks, Adam, for dropping by. Now go home. Your family shouldn't be out front of my window. It's odd. Go. Leave me alone. We're going to talk the Japanese Grand Prix. Daniel Ricciardo got disqualified. So did Nico Hülkenberg. They found that Racing Point was watching the onboards and noticed the brake bias changed without any movement from Daniel Ricciardo. So Renault has forged a device that you can, as they go around the track, will change its brake bias based on the braking needs of that particular corner. Now, no other team has come up with this. Apparently, Renault are a step ahead of everyone else. Apparently, it's not illegal, but it is considered a driving aid. So, unfortunately, Renault were disqualified from the Japanese Grand Prix after a very strong drive from Daniel Ricciardo from a very, very poor qualifying he had in Japan on the Sunday morning. Nothing happened Saturday. Bit of a typhoon scare. Thankfully, there was no damage at the track. A lot of the brunt of the typhoon hit more towards the Tokyo area. Here, there was a little turn 1. Going into turn 2, Leclerc and Max had a little coming together. Leclerc understeered into the side of Max, causing a lot of damage. Max went off. Max later on retired because he couldn't get past George Russell. And you know there's something seriously wrong with a Red Bull if you can't get past George Russell. Not saying George Russell is shit. We all know he's a very good driver, but he's in a Williams and, well, it's a Williams. Also, Sebastian Vettel jumped the start. But he didn't. But he did, but he didn't. So he took off, held the clutch, like he moved barely. He didn't obviously go over that white line. If he went over the white line with his first initial jump, the lights were still on. So once the lights go out, then you can release your clutch. Sebastian released the clutch, then pulled it back in, slammed his brake on, and then restarted his, then released the clutch again when the lights went out. Unfortunately, caught him out. He dropped a couple of places back. Valtteri Bottas overtook him, and it was his race from there on for Valtteri. So congratulations to Valtteri. He won the race ahead of Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton in third. Now the most important thing to any Formula One race is the awards. Now, we're not talking driver of the day. We're not talking fastest pit stop. And we're not even talking who did the fastest lap, which was done by Lewis Hamilton. We are talking about the F1 Podcast Awards, the awards that matter. The awards like the Green Award for lowering your carbon footprint and thinking about the Earth. Another award like the Lickett and Sennett Award for the best overtaking manoeuvre. You won't hear that on another podcast. I don't think. I don't listen to many others, but I'm sure they don't. They won't have the Turd Championship. I can tell you that right now. Patent pending. We also have the Yuji Ide Award for wasting everyone's time. The Pastor Maldonado Award for reckless driving, crashing into people and being a reckless driver. And we also have the coveted, now who doesn't love this, the F1 Podcast Award. The award that makes F1 great again. We give that to someone who made F1 great at the Japanese Grand Prix. It's not going to Typhoon, I'll tell you that right now, but it was good to have Sunday qualifying in the morning. And there was a couple of big crashes in Q1 with one of the Haas drivers. I think it was Magnussen, and Robert Kubica binned it. Robert Kubica said they changed the front wing on his car and didn't tell him. He had a brand new front wing. He went into qualifying with the older spec wing. He ran a little bit wide out of the last corner and crashed heavily into the wall. It's a very similar spot. I think Timo Glock's crashed there, Mark Webber's crashed there, and then Magnussen crashed. A little bit different style, but both went off at the same final corner there. So the awards, our awards, the most important awards, the driver of the day was Valtteri Bottas, sorry. The fastest pit stop was Williams, and the fastest lap was... The fastest pit stop was Williams, I did say that, and the fastest lap was Lewis. I need to slow down. The reason why I'm trying to talk fast, because I don't want you to hear too much of this, because it's just me on my own, just babbling along. So the Green Award for lowering your carbon footprint, putting the Earth first, we're going to give it to Max Verstappen for early retirement of the Grand Prix. Congratulations, Max. You may come away with no points, but you go away with the Green Award, that you're doing something for the Earth instead of burning all that useless fossil fuels into the atmosphere. The next award is the Pastor Maldonado Award. Now, the Pastor Maldonado Award for reckless driving, and we're going to give that... I thought about giving it to Leclerc for his little nudge on Adam's best friend Max Verstappen, but I think the best argy-bargy move was clearly done by Alexander Albon down into the final chicane against one of his mates, Lando Norris, leaving Lando with a bit of damage. It was a good hit. I think if Lando wasn't there, Alex may not have made the corner. So congratulations, Alexander Albon, for winning the Pastor Maldonado Award. He had a bingle yesterday in practice in Mexico. Well done to him. Drives by Braille, Alexander Albon. He's not really helping the Asian driver cause, the stereotype that Asians are bad drivers. I've never come across any, but it is quite a strong stereotype that it's not being helped by Alexander Albon right now. The next one is the Lickett and Sennett Award for the greatest overtaking manoeuvre of the weekend. Now, Daniel made a couple of big moves. This was named after him. But probably the best move, in my opinion, was Sergio Perez going around the outside of Nico Hülkenberg. I think it was lap 51-ish, around there. In the S's, it was a right-hander, went around the outside. That's how much confidence he had. You know, maybe early on in the Grand Prix, going side by side, fair enough. There won't be marbles, there won't be too much dirt. But after 50-odd laps of a race, there's going to be marbles out there, and Perez just stuck it around the outside of Hülkenberg, and that was a great move. The next important award is the UGE award for just why do you bother showing up? It's just a waste of time award, and we're giving that to Renault. You flew all that way, you packed up your stuff in concern for the typhoon, and then you come out and you get disqualified. Both cars, no points after a strong drive from both Renault drivers, and come away with absolutely nothing. See, Williams go there thinking, yeah, we're not going to get points. But Renault go in, did a really good job, but their little brake bias trickery has landed them in hot water and no points for them. So yeah, bad luck, and you get the UGE award because why bother turning up? The Effing One Podcast Award for making Formula One great again. We could give it to Japan. We could give it to Suzuka. It provided us with a great Grand Prix, but a man who qualified poorly but gave us an entertaining race to finish with was Daniel Ricciardo. So we're giving the Effing One Podcast Award. Yes, we're biased. Yes, we're Australian, but we're giving it to Daniel because he did such a good job on Sunday, then getting disqualified. None of his fault, but a fantastic job. Congratulations to our man, Daniel Ricciardo. Now we're going to go into the championship. Mercedes had done a phenomenal job this year and have wrapped up their 6th consecutive World Constructors' Championship. They are 612 points with an unsurmountable lead ahead of Ferrari with 435, Red Bull Racing 323. I'm dyslexic, I can't read. And so Mercedes, unprecedented. No other team has won 6 World Constructors' Championships in a row. So congratulations to them and all their team at Braxley, Brixworth, and everywhere else. They have little parts of factories that are making this phenomenal machine that will win them another Drivers' Championship as well. Is it going to be Valtteri? Is it going to be Lewis? It could be decided this weekend. Bit more about that soon, but the most important championship we're all talking about is the Turd Championship. Now, the normal championship, you get 25 points for a win, 18, and then 15. In our championship, if you finish dead last, we're going to give you negative 25, then negative 18, and negative 15. And that's how we're going to work it. So the Turd Championship works in the opposite way. If you finish 20th, you get the Turd Championship trophy win for that particular Grand Prix. And for the Japanese Grand Prix, it goes to Nico Hülkenberg for being disqualified and being lower in the order than Daniel. And then Daniel comes in second on the podium of Turd, the shit podium, the poo podium, if that works a little bit better. He gets negative 18 points. And on the third step, with the first retirement of the race, the man who won the Green Award, he also gets a spot on the podium. Max Verstappen, negative 15 points. And I'll run through the order of the Turd Championship. It's a little bit closer than the normal World Championship, the ones with positive points. We have negative points. Negative 211 points for Robert Kubica. Romain Grosjean on negative 184. George Russell on negative 179. Coming in fourth, the Aussie boy Daniel Ricciardo. The personality has negative 132 points. Unfortunately, you don't get points for personality because Daniel would be back on 0. Kevin Magnussen, he is on negative 126, and Giovinazzi, negative 123. No one else is in the hundreds. Championship is close between the top 3. Grosjean in a Haas, providing just how shit he is in a Formula 1 car. Truth being said, had a bit of bad luck, but Grosjean, you're up there with the Williams. You're splitting the 2 Williams drivers, and that goes, that really shows how shit you are. And because I'm struggling about what I should say next, I'm going to give the man with the velvet vocal cords a bit of a phone call right now to see what he's up to. I'm struggling at the moment to get my talking points out, so I'll just call Adam, see what he's up to. Adam.
Hello.
Adam, can you hear me?
Who's this?
It's Luke from the podcast.
Luke?
Yeah.
Oh, thank fuck.
Yeah.
Thank fuck, another human being.
How's,
that's not a baby that's screaming.
It's a bit different from
earlier. I don't
earlier.
want to talk about it, Luke.
No?
I don't know if I can talk. Yeah, I was on a high, but that's the little monster's woken up. No, he's lovely. Little baby Hugo. just beautiful. But what a handful, Luke. Don't do it. Trust me. You are lucky you don't have a girlfriend and have no prospects.
I think the female race is actually conspiring against me to stop me from breeding. So I think, the job's done.
But you know what? That's in your favour. You wouldn't want it any other way. This is ridiculous. I'm covered in feces, Luke.
I know, we're FaceTiming. I can see you. I thought you were brown facing. But that's human fecal matter.
That's a no-no. But this is okay.
Oh, yeah, that's okay.
Human feces, that's acceptable. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, if you were doing an Uncle Tom routine or something, I'd be right against it. I'd say this is inappropriate.
I love my baby. I love my darling. I love my ragtime gal.
I mean, I've never seen someone do it with shit on their face, but look, I just saw it. Thanks for assisting and making this funny.
Thanks for dropping in. Little Hugo's fine. We're not getting much sleep, and apologies for not being there tonight.
You should apologize.
My wife wouldn't let me. She wouldn't let me, so I blame everything on her.
Do I hear that whip in the background?
Yes, I also blame the snip that I'm getting in a couple of weeks' time as well.
I think we're going to put out to the public what your last nut should be. We're going to put it out there to see what should be your final memory of a fully loaded gun. I think you should watch the Narang lap personally.
We should do. Maybe I should unload while I'm on the Narang lap.
Yep.
Down the straight. Maybe if we could get some suggestions from some listeners of what we should call it. Maybe something to do with the Narang circuit. That'd be nice. Some sort of mention of the Ifland Ridey. Yeah, maybe.
Definitely. Probably come to completion on the Ifland Ridey. Watch out for that nude section. It'll get you every time.
Yeah.
If the Foley boys or Cliff or Mum, Pete, anyone else we can name personally.
Our biggest listeners.
Tim Tam Statman.
He'd have some great names for my load.
He would. Depends if it's going to be a big one or a small one.
Yeah, it's going to be a whopper. It's going to be a whopper, Luke. Oh, fantastic. No, can't wait.
Well, thanks for chiming in. And if I get stuck later, I'll call you.
And if I didn't mention earlier, this is by far the best podcast. This very poorly organised backyard Aussie podcast has ever produced.
We are the Aussie battlers of podcasting. Keep going. I'll try my best.
That's exactly what we are. We keep our nose, chin up, nose down.
Bye, mate.
Thank you, mate. Love you.
Love you too. It's always good to hear from him, isn't it? I'm sure you appreciate it. It breaks up my monotonous crap talk. And right now we're going to do a segment with speaking with four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel. He has time for us this weekend. He's just woken up in Mexico, and he's going to give us a couple of minutes of his time. So this is a Skype with Sebastian. Hi, Sebastian. How you going? Hi, good. How you doing? I'm just waking up. I've got a bit of sleep in my eyes. Oh, is that sleep? It looks like... No, it's sleep. Don't worry about it. What is that, a man in the background? Maybe not. Just don't tell Helga, I thought you would be more of a top than a bottom, Sebastian, if I was being brutally honest. Oh, Lucas, sometimes I like to change it up, and I don't bleach for nothing. It's not just for, just to show you and Adam. It's also so I can just, provide a clear runway for some lucky man in Mexico. That's too much information, Sebastian. But getting on to this weekend, you topped one of the practice times. How's the car feeling? Oh, it's fantastic. I'm so happy to be in Mexico. I just wish I could do so much more. I wish I was faster. I wish I was better. And, we've had a very strong car this year, but I can't seem to capitalize. Leclerc is very fast. And I have some room for improvement. That's very humble and reflective of you there, Sebastian. Yeah, no, aren't I just so fabulous? Hey, look. What is this podcast called? It's called the F. I don't give a fucking shit. I just don't care. But thanks for your time. Send us a dick pic. I have to go wash up with a bit of a horse bath. You know what I mean? Bye, Luke. Say hi to Adam and his little baby Hugo. Bye. Oh my God. What I just saw, I think you can gather what I just saw, but that Sebastian's a busy boy on a Grand Prix weekend. I don't know if I'd be doing that. I wouldn't be doing that in general, let alone when I've got a race to try and win. Right now, we're going to flick the switch. We're going to head to Mexico. So, as is tradition in the F1 podcast, we need to dress up. And since there's no we, it's just me. And I'm dressed in my favorite poncho and my favorite sombrero. I'm sitting in the corner, about to take a bit of a siesta before the late night activities of practice 3 and qualifying. I'm going to have a little bit of a kip after this podcast is done, and I'm looking quite comfortable. I'm not wearing anything underneath the poncho, as is tradition. Most of the costumes are wearing nothing underneath. That's something we don't normally say, but it's true. So Mexico, the circuit Autódromo Hermanos Rodriguez circuit. There is 17 corners of this 4.304 kilometer track. We'll have 71 laps on Sunday. The fastest lap, the lap record, is a 1 minute 18.741. Now the lap records of all the tracks are race lap records. They're not qualifying lap records. There is a difference between a lap record and fastest lap. So that's why sometimes there's a little bit of confusion. But yeah, great track, 3 DRS zones, heaps of opportunities to overtake, some nice flowing corners out of turns, I think it's 7, 8, 9. Good little changes of direction. Caught a few guys out in practice yesterday. A little bit greasy conditions. There is planning for a little bit more patchy rain on Saturday. A chance of rain of 70%. Maximum temperature is expected of 23 degrees Celsius. This track is at elevation 2, so that will provide. So the air is thinner, provides less downforce, and it also chokes the engines a little bit because you don't get that oxygen going into the airboxes. So it's a little bit of an engineering tweak that they need to do for this Grand Prix. Sunday, moderate to heavy showers, 25 degrees top of the Celsius, and a chance of rain 59%. So it could be a wet race. I don't recall seeing a wet race since we've returned back to Mexico. So that could be very interesting. And who would that help? Would that help Ferrari? Would that help Red Bull? Or will that help the great chassis that Mercedes has got? Mercedes topped one of the timesheets. Sebastian topped the other. But Max isn't far behind. I think everyone's a little bit close with the top 3, especially this kind of a track with this kind of configuration. It should be really nice and tight up top, even though Sebastian likes it tight at the bottom. How many Tim Tams would it take to make this track? If you were to put Tim Tams end to end, this is one of the facts. It's kind of an effing watt, but it's also kind of a stat for the stat man. For our man Tim Tam Sean Kelly, you will need 71,733.33 Tim Tams to do a whole lap end to end of Tim Tams to map out the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez circuit in Mexico. The first Grand Prix in 1963. The one thing to look out for this weekend, 14 points. If Lewis finishes 14 points ahead of Valtteri Bottas, he will win his 6th World Championship. Now, I don't think that's happened this year. I know Valtteri crashed in Germany, but we'll see if Lewis can get the championship done. I don't think we'll get it done this weekend. I don't think he has that significant pace advantage, but you never know. Hamilton finished 9th in Germany, so he didn't finish 14 points ahead of him. He would have got 2 points. And we're going to tell you what time to watch the race in your neck of the woods. Now, Australia now has daylight savings time, so if you're in the southern eastern states of Australia, except for Queensland, It's a 6:10 a.m. on Monday morning. Brisbane, 5:10 a.m. The west coast of Australia is at 3:10 a.m. on the Sunday morning. New Zealand, 10 past 8 in the a.m. Not a bad time for them, unless you got work, then that's shit. Call in sick or just say I'm going to be a little bit late. You're going to watch a bumper Grand Prix. You could see a six-time world champion. You could see Daniel Ricciardo get disqualified again. All to play for. United States, East Coast at 3:10 p.m. Sunday afternoon. West Coast at 10 past midday. Good time to watch, have a bit of lunch and watch the Grand Prix. Amsterdam, 8:10 p.m. That's also for Sweden and Cairo, for those of you playing at home. The United Kingdom, 10 past 7 in the evening. Finland, Moi, to our friends in Finland, 10 past 9 in the p.m. And Japan, 10 past 4 a.m. So those are the times that you can watch the Grand Prix, your neck of the woods. If you have any places you would like me to add to our times, let us know, hit us up, and I'll chuck you on the list, and I'll make it with incredible importance, and I'll even chuck a word from your country because I need to expand my vocabulary. Another interesting point, 2018, Daniel Ricciardo got pole position last year. The race was won by Max Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel was second, and Kimi last lap, Raikkonen not quite last lap last year. He came third for that Grand Prix. And now we're going to have one of my favourite segments. I really do like this. We have a little portal. We're going to check in on Kimi Raikkonen and see what he's up to. And he's hit the big 4-0. And we're going to have a look. We're going to do a little segment called At Home with Kimi. Beautiful. We're going to have a look, check in the portal, see what he's up to right now.
Oh, fuck a duck. It's a surprise party, isn't it? Is that what this is? Surprise party in my own house? Why did you asshole? Who let you assholes in? Oh, man. I don't even know you guys. Oh, my God. My 40th birthday. I just wanted to be alone with a bottle of vodka. I got a house full of assholes. Oh, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, 27 world champion Kimi Iceman Raikkonen. Happy fucking birthday to me. I'm gonna punch every single one of these assholes in the face. Hey, don't make yourselves at home, asshole. Don't get comfortable. This is my house. Hey, you. Hey, what's that wine glass? That's mahogany, dick face. Yeah, that's right, fucking dickwad. Shoes off! Take your shoes off! That's made of 20 virgin snatches from Morocco. Every single one of those girls, handpicked by me. I've never seen such hairy snatches before. Not since Hockenheim, Germany. Oh man, those German chicks. Jesus, they're fucking hairy. Okay. Hey, girls! Yeah, Kimi Raikkonen, 2007 world champion coming through. Iceman. Yeah, that's right. Iceman is in the house. Oh, man. You recognize me? Yeah, you recognize me, girls? Hey, bitches! You recognize me? Where's my steering wheel? Where's my wheel? Where's my steering wheel? Huh? Yeah, you do now, don't you? Of course you do. Everyone loves Kimi fucking Raikkonen. I act like an asshole, and you love me. Freeloading assholes. Yeah, I'm gonna take this bottle of vodka and hide in this cupboard. Kimi fucking Raikkonen, alone at last, with me and a bottle of vodka. Ah, yeah, that's nice. Okay, wait a sec. Is that who I think that is? Is that Valtteri fucking Bottas? What the fuck is Valtteri Bottas doing in my house? Hey! Valtteri Bottas! You boring asshole! You're a boring asshole. Get out of my house! No, don't talk to him. People, that's not Kimi. That's Valtteri. I'm Kimi. Get fucking duck! Worst birthday ever!
For once, he didn't punch anyone. And maybe he's maturing now he's hit the big 4-0. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll find out in the next pre-race podcast to see if Kimi punches anyone. He's tried to punch a bouncer. He's tried to punch a trainer. He's tried to punch his kid, but he was I think his eyesight's missing, and he's punching other things. But nice to see what what that man is up to. Great fun. And to wrap up the podcast, I'm going to give him another phone call. It's our man, the Velvet Vocal Cords, Mr. Paddock Pass himself. He's covered in shit, but let's see what he's up to wrap this baby up. And for a final time tonight, we are going to talk with the man who's been chiming in at the most awkward of moments.
It's me. It's me, Luke.
That's
I'm nappy
him.
side. I'm here deep in the trenches. Little Hugo's nappies.
See, you haven't wiped your
Covered
face.
in Hugo's nappies.
Mm.
Yeah, I know. This is got my battle paint on, brother. Got my Formula One battle gear on. I'm ready to go. Are we talking predictions, Luke? Is that what we're doing for the Mexican Grand Prix? How good is the Mexican Grand Prix, Luke?
It's a fiesta of Formula One.
It's a fiesta of foreplay. It's fantastic. You got your mariachi bands.
Yep.
A Formula One race with mariachi bands.
And it's just around the corner from Halloween.
Match made in heaven.
So there's festivals and
Yes,
parties
so
going
they've
on
got
galore.
that
Good food.
What's the Spanish festival for Halloween? You know the name.
De los
got a name,
Muertos or
hasn't it?
something. I don't know. Day of the Dead.
Something like you. It sounds convincing.
Day of the Dead.
Sounds like that. Something like those lines. You're very fluent. Yeah, exciting. I can't wait. I just hope that Max doesn't win again.
It's Aussie
That'd
Spanish.
suck.
So we need some predictions from you coming into the Mexican
I'm
Grand
predicting
Prix.
that Max will get hit by someone and spin off again and not win 3 Mexican Grand Prix in a row.
And they'll have a whinge.
tip,
Is
hot
that what you're
tip.
saying?
Yep. I'll definitely Lewis. Book Lewis in for a whinge, Luke.
Lewis for a whinge. I don't think you could
over
bet
the
on
radio,
Lewis having a
over the Team
whinge.
radio. Yeah. Team radio berating his team.
I think you'd
for
lose
winning
money
another
putting a bet on
world
Lewis
title.
having a whinge.
Yeah, for sure. It's a dead certainty.
So Mercedes.
Lewis the whinge. Who's going to Hamilton?
Lewis the whinge Hamilton. Ferrari.
Yep.
I'll also go Lewis.
Oh, see, Sebastian started to come back a bit now. He started to show a bit of
Poise.
kahunas. Let's go Charles. I like him.
Chuck.
I like the cut of his jib.
I'll go with Chuck.
Yeah.
How about
Yep.
Red Bull Racing?
Oh, I don't want to say it, but Max.
Max?
Although Albon was pretty strong, wasn't he? Last race, he was bloody great.
I will go with Max as well. McLaren.
Yep. Carlos.
I'm going to go Lando again.
Carlos. Yeah.
Renault.
Oh, if they don't get disqualified, let's go Dan Ricciardo.
Daniel. I'll also go Daniel. So
What a
our
load of bullshit. How do they suspend them again? That's just bullshit. Don't you think?
it is bullshit.
Give me a break.
It wasn't illegal, but it was considered a driver aid. So,
Yeah, but to take away complete points, give them a fine. You know, come on, show some discrepancy.
well, there's
ridiculous,
other systems
overregulated.
out there
We've
that
talked
are very
about it before.
similar. So it's very difficult to gauge it.
Yeah.
But Renault didn't appeal. They don't have any new evidence, and they just feel that
Yeah.
it's unjust.
Yeah.
So we're
They
going
lay
to go.
down, they lift their legs. Yeah. They open up the legs and let them. Yeah, that's what they do, Renault.
It's the
French
Valtteri
style.
Bottas method.
They just take it.
Toro Rosso.
Bottas. Toro Rosso. Kimi, 40th birthday.
Kimi.
I think we're going to hear from. Or did we hear from Kimi already?
Yes, we have.
I'm not even sure.
He
We
was in
have.
fine form
Was he
on his 40th
Oh, good on
birthday.
him. What was he up to?
He was just
Drinking?
I think he had a bit of a surprise party, and guess who turned up?
Yeah.
Our favourite other Finn, Valtteri Bottas.
Oh, Bottas. He bloody hates Bottas.
I thought he was going to
doesn't?
punch him there for a second, but he
He's a
didn't.
bore.
He's a ball.
Yeah, oh, really? That's the first time he's not punched anyone out, I think.
He was very restrained. Maybe he's mature.
Wow. Yeah, nah.
So Toro Rosso, you've gone Kvyat. Are you going to go Kvyat, or are you going to go Gasly?
No, I'm going to go Gasman. He's on fire.
Good
He's
choice.
on fire.
Gasman.
I'll go the hometown hero, Checo Sergio Perez. Por favor, muchas gracias.
Racing Point is Perez. I will go with Perez. Actually, no, I'm going to go Stroll. I don't know why.
Yes.
Magnussen or Grosjean for Haas?
Oh, let's go Grosjean for a bit of fun, hey? Let's just have a bit of fun with that. Am I still winning? Am I still leading the tipping comp?
Yeah, you went ahead by 2. So it's back to 12.
I've stretched it. Oh, I'm going to have a lot of fun with these next couple then.
You
All
can.
right, keep going.
The next one we're going to go is the Alfa Romeo. I think we already did that, didn't we? We both did Kimi.
We did that. I did Kimi. Yeah. I think it's just Williams.
Yep.
George Russell.
Georgie Porgy. I will also go
Not a complete surprise.
George Russell. I'm going to change Red Bull to Albon just for the race.
Okay.
Because
I like it.
Max is going to fuck up doing something. Last one. Fuck, marry, kill. So you have to choose.
Luke.
It's one of our favourite parts. You have to fuck one, marry one, kill one for 3 people in Formula One. Now,
this is the most requested part of the podcast.
Well, that's what they all hang out for. That's why they sit here through the dullness of my voice.
They just want to hear.
They skip to the end.
Marry and kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So.
Okay. Shall I go first?
Yeah, you can go first. Fire away.
Can I?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Your choices to fuck, marry, or kill Luke are the following: Lance Stroll, Robert Kubica,
oh shit,
Daniel Kvyat.
Oh,
that's tricky.
I'd kill.
Choose wisely.
I would kill Robert Kubica. I would fuck Lance Stroll. Mm-hmm. Although, maybe I'd marry him because he's... Nah. I'd say marry him for money, but I'm like, that's not how I roll, Adam.
That's not your heart,
That's
Luke.
not my
your
bag,
heart's never
baby.
gone that way.
So,
No.
I'd fuck Lance because he's probably the most feminine out of the 3 with those
Just to hear him
eyelashes.
squeal. Yeah, like a little pig.
I'm going to get him to call me daddy. Fuck me, daddy.
Buy me another team, daddy.
Yeah.
Buy me another team, daddy.
Yeah. And
Buy me a better
I'll marry
team, daddy.
Daniel Kvyat. Now.
Why?
Well, I think
Why would you marry Daniel Kvyat?
Because the other 2 are shit.
Yeah, I would just hit the first one I'd shoot, I reckon.
Yeah? You'd marry Kubica?
Yeah. I think I'd fuck him.
You'd fuck him for the story.
For the claw. For the story.
Give me a handy with this one. Maybe that could be your last nut.
What can you do with that? Oh, that's perfect, that hand. It fits perfectly. All right, sorry, carry on.
He's got his G.I. Joe hand ready to go.
Yeah. All right, what do you got for me?
Oh, I'm going to give you 1 Pablo Montoya.
Ooh.
Rubens Barrichello. Which I think I've mentioned him before.
You did. I think last time we had Rubens.
All right. 1 Pablo Montoya.
Yeah.
I'm thinking South American.
That's okay. Oh, I like the South Americans.
We're going to go...
Normally the ladies, but that's fine.
And since we're in Mexico, Sergio Perez.
Oh!
And the third one, I will go with little-known Brazilian Tarso Marquez. Used to race for Minardi in the late 90s. He was a bit shit.
Tarso Marquez?
Tarso Marquez. Pretty looking bloke. Tarso.
How do you spell that?
Tarso Tarso Marquez.
Marquez.
Brazilian.
All right, this is tricky. Okay, because my Formula One knowledge it is post Tarso Marquez, so this is a struggle for me to know whether to. So it's based around the other 2. It's based around who I want to fuck, marry, and kill. All right. Get rid of and Perez.
Get rid of. All right, we'll get rid of Tarso since you don't know him.
Is he hairy? No.
I'll give you a third option. The third option is Felipe Massa. You know who he is.
Oh, yeah. That's easy. Yeah.
Far
all
away.
right. All right. I am going to... Oh, see, Mass is adorable, isn't he?
He is.
He's so adorable.
Yep.
His little face. You can't hurt him.
Dinted face.
I can't shoot him or fuck him.
No.
I want to marry Massa.
You gonna marry
I'm gonna
Massa?
marry Massa. Just because he's such a lovely bloke.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill Pablo Montoya.
Oh. Ouch.
I'm going to kill Montoya. Yeah, because he was just a madman. He was crazy. He did so many crazy things.
He did.
And I think I'm going to buck Perez.
Fuck Perez.
Right in the anus.
See,
In his little Mexican starfish.
Perez I'd fuck, but I'd swap Massa. I'd kill Massa. And I think
Would you?
Montoya is such a funny person.
He is funny, but he's just a loose cannon on the track.
Ah, that's fine.
Did you catch him in the interview? Was it Beyond the Grid? Did you catch the Montoya interview?
Very much
I
so.
missed it. I haven't listened to that one.
Go
yet.
back and
No, I
listen. You got
listened to-
time. Go and listen to it.
Yeah. I caught Jos Verstappen, and I also caught Cyril. I caught Cyril. They were great interviews, actually.
Very good.
Yeah, good podcast.
Tom does a
I'll
great
have to go
job.
back and listen to Montoya. He's bloody good.
Yeah.
Thomas.
He talks about
Oh,
Craig
he's bloody
Lowndes as
good.
well. Because that was his teammate in Formula 3000.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wiped the floor with him
Oh,
too.
wow, there you go.
Then Craig came back with the tail between his legs.
Bloody.
So,
Really? Bloody hell.
Let's wrap it up, actually. You and me.
Yeah, what about your
While
mother?
you're here.
Can I just do a big shout out to your mum?
Yep.
To Mrs. Luke?
Mrs. Luke. Hi,
I
Mum.
just want to... Is she's still travelling through Western Australia?
She's in South Australia at the moment. She's in Adelaide.
Oh, that's right. She went across the Nullarbor.
She did.
Yes.
She did.
Yep.
She's
Sejuna went
sent
past
us
Sejuna.
a lot of Mexican treats, a lot of refried beans. There's a mountain of
yum.
refried beans. I'm actually going to have a bath of refried beans.
Oh, yum. Delicious. I love refried beans.
It looks like
Does it make
refried
some
beans is on your
guacamole there?
face, but that's not refried beans. That's human
No, it doesn't
feces.
smell like it, Luke. It might look like it. Yeah, that is baby feces. It's not pleasant. Although it doesn't smell as bad as, when babies are drinking the milk. It's nowhere near as bad as when they start going into solids, Luke. So this is the good phase. I'm in the good phase right now.
It's good for the skin.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Supple.
Yeah,
Very
it's
supple.
deconstructed breast milk. That's what it is.
A yogurty smell. The house smells of, and I smell of. Everywhere I go, people turn and they point. It's not pleasant.
Ooh,
It's not nice.
that ain't pretty. Well, my
Yeah.
friend,
So much.
thanks for coming on.
I really appreciate it. Next one, I promise I'll be in person. Next one, I promise.
You will? We'll see how Haley goes.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah,
It's carnage.
I'll be fine. I'll be there.
All right, mate. Give my love to the family.
All right, Luke.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm going to get in my poncho, sit in my bath of frijoles or refried beans for those of you who don't parle Espanol. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Hit us up on Instagram, Twitter. If you want to send us an email, it's the effing1podcast@gmail.com, effing1podcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. I'm currently designing t-shirts that'll probably be out around December-ish. Big news about that one. The Nerang Grand Prix. Personal note, a friend of mine, her brother is running for councillor in the district where the Grand Prix track will be. Now, this is massive news for us. If we can get a foot in the council and make this thing happen, we've got everything to play for now. All our cards are on the table. We're putting everything behind this. So if anyone lives in that Nerang area, this is the man to vote for. He's going to get us over the line and get this Nerang Grand Prix on track. And hopefully I can get a phone call with him, an interview to say, we're going to get behind you as long as you get behind us. That's what we do. We're wheelers and dealers here at the podcast. Great news. He's all aboard the nude section. He's negotiating expanding the meth museum, but we can work on that. Very sorry for the lateness of the podcast. I tried to postpone it to get Adam on board, but unfortunately he's got to take care of his kid. Kid comes first, of course. But hopefully we'll see him in the next podcast. Thanks for listening, and we'll speak to you after the Mexico Grand Prix. Viva la Mexico! Enjoy.